when it comes to the matter of financial literacy. As I look up, as I look at how I was raised, um, I don't look like it at in any way like I was failed by my parents in that we didn't have or don't have this legacy of money in the here and now. Um, that's every man's. That's every man's. I can't think of a word for it. His responsibility to provide for himself. Um, but I definitely say that not knowing the the stop, not knowing the about currency, not knowing. I don't want to say it's a cliche to say to not know the value of money. It's a cliche, and I believe that was actually um, using the term value to describe money is a way of dumbing ourselves down. That was that to where we're at. So I'm kind of ticked off because I forgot the word that it's made me think to even turn my camera on to speak on the matter. Um, but I'm gonna do my best to describe it. How about that? And it's I'm hopeful that we can remember um, where the inspiration came from. Uh, as a kid, as a young adult into adulthood, I did not meet my first person who knew how to handle money until I met my ex-wife. She's the only person who I saw who had a bank account with zeros at the end. You know, I'm like, um, now mind you, it's two things, which is something for a person to literally be aware of. If you're the one who's in the relationship who's spending, um, now understand there's not a disparaging what remark that I'm making because my ex was is um, is clutch with money because she clutches it. She has it right. Um, so and it's in her system of how she goes about things. It's not, oh, I saved $5 here, so I'm gonna go spend it over there. We can um, we can give ourselves a false picture of our financial position by feeling endorphins and feeling some form of elation when it comes to I did something and I earned money. Okay? I did something and I earned money outside of my normal everyday 9 to 5 or my norm or my routine process of earning money. Um, these different moments that whenever there's hard earned cash in our hands, when there's hard earned cash in our hands, that we respond differently. You don't flash it. I honestly believe that it could psychologically be proven in a scientific study that people who flash cash, you want flash cash, you know what I'm saying? That money didn't was not very well earned, or it was hard earned, not valuable money. Money, money is a representation. It represents energy. It represents the value ascribed to the energy that you've put into a situation. something comes up, you put your physical energy into it, your mental energy into it. You wake up, you turn, you do things at that desk or underneath that car or to those animals or to those plants um, on your farm as your horticulturalist. That from the other side receives a reward. No, excuse me, it's not a reward. It's a you receive credit, so to speak, maybe even you. Yeah, do not ever don't do that. This money is a reward. That money is not a reward. When you go into any place and they start saying that the money that you have earned is a reward, I honestly, that's a bad place to be because they are devaluating the experience that you are providing to the situation. They're devaluating the energy that you have provided to the situation. And it's only done so that it can be done even more. It's only done so that um, you are now looking at someone else for your valuation. Let's go back. Um, we had a janitorial business most of my youth and up into my teenage years. No, even beyond. We worked in the cleaning business. We were in the business of being clean. That's why it's so hard for me right now to look at people. I'm sorry. It's so hard for me to date because when I look at girls and I'm like, ugh, I can see stuff that's just like, you know, if I go to your house and if it's, I really don't go to people's houses much like that. When I say people, I'm talking about young ladies' houses even because, oh, the bathroom impeccable. Just keep the bathroom impeccable, okay? Um, just keep the bathroom impeccable. But again, I digress. So when you're receive the money, if you do not have a ceiling, a wall, or some form of boundary that you can associate with it, then what happens is in this particular case, right? When you make this, it literally does just become the paper that's in your face. It's paper. And it can buy me things. It can buy me this. It isn't enough to buy me this, right? It's not enough to buy me an iPhone. um, but it's enough to buy me this. Um, hmm. It's enough to buy me this. It's enough to buy me this, which is a fun little toy for my cats. But literally, it isn't enough to buy me this. It isn't enough to buy me this, right? Um, it's not even enough to buy me this. I want those things, and it takes more of these to get it. Yeah? Now, I could get all of this right now, and I've got this. And I still got this, right? How long did it take me to earn that? How long will it take me to earn more of that? How long would it take me at that ratio to be able to buy this, which could up my game? How long will it take? And that's the part. That's the part. Now I'm utilizing this as a again, as to represent things that you want or things that you may even need, right? And now I'm feeling kind of empty because all I've got is this, which can buy me this again, right? And I've got this, and that's pretty much it, because the ratio, all my hard work is gone. And if I really call it for what it is, for not much, okay? For not much. So let's look at the ratio. We're little kids. I got this many. Okay. Oops, I found one more. If I want to get this many, right? If I want to get this many, right? I have to get more of these. So let's do that. Oh, let me make it also fair. Let's put that back because we've been working with this many. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm like, but did a magic trick on myself. All right, so since we've been working with this many, let's take and see, since we have a goal. I have a goal. I want to get this, right? I know what this costs. And let's say it costs at least six times as much as this, right? Okay. But this is all I'm going to make. And my conversation kind of is falling towards young adults quite easily, or kids who are young adults who still live in their parents' households, where they're not required to have to make this many on a daily or weekly basis, right? Or monthly basis for that matter, right? They're only required to, they're not required to do none of this at all, nothing. Go to school, that's your job. Come back with my grades, right? Okay, but kids very good in school, or does well, or as it is, and has a part-time job as well. While the other kids are playing football or something like that, this kid's saying, "Hey, I'll buy the tickets to the game and buy the team," right? All right, that's kind of mean, but no, whatever. All right, so this kid goes out, he gets these, he comes to be aware that, and she, that this many, you save this many, you put this many you put this many towards your goal. Because here's the problem with the concept of saving in the society as we have it right now. Saving is a void. We know that banks pay little, very little to any interest on money of which they charge you service fees on some other end for something to have your money to invest in itself. And there's no real person at the end of the day who benefits, but there's just other folks who are siphoning off of the profits of your pain. Okay. So to keep ourselves out of that racket, we'll put the money in a safe place, be it physically possessing it, and or put it in the bank, knowing that it's there for a specific purpose, not just an arbitrary purpose of, oh, one day if I need some money, I'll have it here, right? That is not high value financial literacy. A savings account in and of itself is not high value financial literacy. We're going to take 6 weeks, and then we're going to keep on collecting these, and we're going to live off of these, right? And we're going to live off of less than We're going to live off of this, and we're going to live it well. We're not going to still go and blow it on these. We're going to maintain ourselves. Maybe this time, though, we'll take from that and just get one. Yeah, we'll get one of these. And we still have our major project that we're saving. So we've satisfied. I thought of this, and I didn't just think of it, oh, I have a compulsion to buy something. You turn your compulsion to buy something into your ability to buy something that is of particular value in a safe manner that doesn't jeopardize. So it's not some impulsive type thing that's happening and we're just spending money to calm ourselves. Be calm. Okay? Be calm. That is the rule. And acquire the things that you want. Got a friend about to walk past here. No? Go back. Let's go over there. Go over there. See, go. There's light. Follow the light. Follow the light. You're following the light. He's still there. He's thinking about it. So with that, we calm ourselves down. Don't let money. There's this. You'll hear it. I've heard it, and this is my 18, 19-year-old self talking. The money burns a hole in your pocket. You don't let that happen. As a matter of fact, you only go out with what you got. Now, I'm also going to fast forward you on a little bit of what I will call what would be the word? It's good financial good manners. Don't come out here with this, and since you already spent one with this, and go into a place, a social space, restaurants and such, where to legitimately be, a fair participating part of the group, that you actually need this molding light, which is like I'm showing $7 instead of $5. Don't go into places that are in the hospitality industry and harass people with being cheap. Keep your ass at home. Go to things that are of the parks. Go to I can't say go to the zoo. I'm not trying to be, make jokes or anything about this, but go to things that to entertain yourselves that are free, that by spending this many in that free space, you will have a qualitative experience. Because why? You didn't you didn't spend too much. You avoided the costs of labor, and you're taking it on yourself. And since you are being financially financially responsible, that's a part of financial responsibility as well. Don't because if you are going into places and being a cheapskate all the time, it puts a burden on the system, because you bring bad vibes into the room, because we can already tell that's what it's in your face. Excuse me. It's like I'm being Dave. It's in your face. Okay? It's just don't want to spend nothing. Just want to go there and be upset, have heartburn, and just try to take all everybody else's fun out the room. It's like you're the kind of person that doesn't smoke Newports, you smoke Old Ports. You go to the Newport factory to see if they've got shavings laying on the floor that you can wrap up in a napkin from the toilet in the bathroom. Okay? Don't be that person. Don't be like that. It's again, this is a representation of energy. Okay? So a person comes to your table and says, "Hey, hi, how are you doing?" Or, "Good afternoon, sir. How are you doing?" Whatever. They're sharing their energy with you. You may have to either come to like that person like their style or even understand their personality or how they present themselves. But whatever's happening is they're presenting their energy to you. And when, in fact, you start saying, damn, these prices is high, but this is a joke and a game to you, you're just sending, you're just making dark cloud. You're just making dark cloud. And maybe in some other universe, that person deserves that, but no one deserves that at their job. Okay? Um, Restaurant's still a factory. That's a factory. And so it's not a cool way to be. And in the long haul, it's not going to be beneficial. There are too many historical references of what greed can do, or so don't be like that. And that is being greedy. Being stingy is also being a form of greed. You know, um, most people just cap it off as just being rude. You know, I'm working for your money. I'm working for you to separate yourself to prove to you're not giving it to me, only giving it to me in the context of releasing it because I can't take your energy from you. That's called robbery. Which you're definitely sitting up there robbing the other person. You're robbing them. It's like the sin of omission. It's like because you left it out, you really did the bad deed, right? And that is the bad deed right there. So think about that. I'm not going to use the term budget in a I never was able to grasp it. I still don't grasp it. When I said I do have my budget on a sheet, I still can't follow it. It's just entertainment for me. It's entertainment for me whenever I decide to do one because I like the way I make the lines on the paper and I love looking at my own handwriting. So it's like every quarter I'll do it. I'll look it over. But when I do that every quarter, I also have everything on auto pay. So I have to guard against these little trinkets and toys. I buy toys. When I say toys, I'm referring to things that are over $150 to $200. You know, um, and for me, it's electronic gear. So after saying that, um, it is still uh, important, even if it is but by the quarter, which is every 3 months. Yeah, every 3 months to take a look at your money, where it's going, and take that 3 4 hours, take that 2 hours. It may take longer than 2 hours depending on what you got going on or your ability to access it. But sit there with a beverage, and chill out and look at your money. Know what you've got, and if you're deficit spending, then tighten that up. You may need to go get another job. Now, don't go get another job. don't don't just jump out and go get another job. See where you are overspending and even wasting, and take that and tighten that up. And I would dare say, before going and getting a second job, I'd be so hopeful that that's what was going on, and that you were able to catch it by reviewing what you're spending and no longer spending on certain things. You're $200 short a month to go out to the club, get drinks at the club every weekend. And then on the night that you don't go out on the weekend to the club, you still go out. You go over to people's houses, you buy additional beverages, you paying additional gas in your car, as opposed to doing something closer to you where you live. Yeah, it that isn't as expensive. Um, that you just don't crap on it. You know what I'm saying? You you bring the enthusiasm that you were bringing to some get out of some other place that is not financially sound decision to continually go there, right? You take that energy that you were trying to get from there and you put it into where you're at a lower cost to you. And maybe that's a trade of the energy. You actually put energy into the place that you go to so often, doing the thing that you enjoy doing so often. So maybe now instead of going and working, excuse me, going and putting yourself in debt or continuing to indebt yourself with going and being someplace that's not accessible financially, not a feasible place to be assessing, you maybe get a part-time job at the local place in your neighborhood, right? You get, and so now you've cut off your travel, um, time, traveling, fuel, traveling, and you're making money, maybe even doing something that you enjoy doing. Little vague, but yet the point is that, okay, example, I love going rock climbing. Get a part-time job at a rock climbing gym. I wanted to get a job at a rock climbing part-time gym, you know, and thinking about things a little bit differently, thinking about your money, which is what? A representation of your energy. That's not anti anything. That is responsible thing to do. Okay. So these are just a few thoughts. It's 27 minutes of my bantering on a little bit. But again, it still comes back to the value. It's in the ratios. How much of this can I spend on so that I can continually enjoy myself, be in good health, good mental shape, and also achieve other things, right? I wish I did have that knowledge when I was younger. That is a wish. I wish I did have it. So I telling future me that if there's a way that you can go back into the past and add a little correction factor on how soon I learn more about monies, I would not be oh man, these phrases, these words, I would not be I wouldn't put down on it. Help me out. All right. Let's come up with something smart. Let's think about something smart. Let's be smarter. Spay and neuter your pets.